degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Lauren Brooks, Taylor Dahl, and Tom McManus. This is
Helmets and Heels.
Helmets and Heels on 1010XL.
A little soggy out there today, Tom. A little soggy.
Oh, yeah. I was driving all over the place. You know, look, I've been down here 30-plus years, and you all drive the same when it rains. Like, there's a ton of snow out there, and you can, like, fly off the highway or something. It is dangerous. There's no doubt about that. There was a lot of cars out there, so just take it easy, take it slow. I left actually a little early, LB, to give myself more time, so I didn't feel like I had to drive like I sometimes feel like I have to drive.
Bat out of hell.
Not when it's rain like that. No way. There's too much danger there. So yeah, be careful out there, man. It's definitely wet.
Absolutely.
And that hydroplaning's real. Just take your foot off the brake and the gas. Just let it glide a little bit, and then it'll catch.
As Carrie Underwood
Hold on
says,
to the wheel, though.
Let Jesus take the wheel, basically.
Hold the wheel.
Yeah.
Don't let go of the wheel.
So are you
doubt.
a rain jacket, umbrella, or nothing?
No, nothing. I mean,
How did I know?
if I'm going to like when what game was it?
Colts?
Yeah, I had a rain thing on.
Poncho?
I did not have a poncho. I had a baseball cap, which I felt like kept the rain off my face. And then I had my Jaguar. It's not Legends back then. It was the Ambassadors. We were the Ambassadors. We got a nice little windbreaker that pull over type thing. It's got pockets, so you keep your hands nice and warm. But no, I just like today. No, it's only water. I mean, I don't care if my hair gets a little wet. Now, if it's downpouring, you just got to run a little bit. You got to move a little faster in the rain. And they say if you run, you know how like gators zigzag?
Mm-hmm.
If you zigzag, you can dodge some of those raindrops.
I don't think anyone says
seriously,
that.
Try it. Try it out there.
I don't think that works whatsoever.
Especially in heels. It's they say you get, it's that back and forth. Yeah.
Well, hopefully Taylor Dahl has a little bit better of weather up in Myrtle Beach than we are having here. But look, as old people say, we needed the rain.
We did.
And we still do.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, of course.
I'm joking. And not old people.
All the fires, too. Let's hope they all got washed out. Let's hope that's
people with yards. That's how I should say it. Not necessarily old people. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the NFL schedule.
Okay.
So we've seen quite a few leaks and or schedule announcements being made.
Yeah.
So we'll start week 1, September 9th, which is a Wednesday.
Yes.
We have Seahawks versus a team yet to be determined.
To be determined. Right. I saw that. Yeah.
So we're kicking off the NFL season on a Wednesday. Do we like that?
I don't know. It just seems
like holiday week. I get it. Like Thanksgiving Eve, that one I get.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a regular old Wednesday in September.
Yeah, just to fit it in. I guess. I mean,
do the Seahawks want this?
Maybe it's because the next night is the Australian game, right? Maybe they couldn't do it on Wednesday or something.
Do you think Roger Goodell will be in Seattle and then hop over to Australia, or you think he'll just go straight to Australia?
Yeah, no doubt. I want to probably not go there at all. I mean, but you never know.
I don't know.
It might have to. Might have to be
and
there.
I'm sure he can afford the private
But
jet.
think about it, because I read where like the Australian game is going to be shown at 8:30 here. But it's really Wednesday morning, or not morning, but afternoon there. So if it was Wednesday, that means then it's Tuesday. I don't know, maybe, you know what I mean? I'm saying like maybe the schedule, that's why they did it. I don't know. You're going to see more Wednesday games. I mean, it's just coming.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there'll be a Tuesday game. I mean, come on. You're going to have one night off from the NFL this fall.
Right now in Australia,
not every weekend,
4:04 a.m.
What's that?
Right now in Australia, it's 4:04 a.m.
Okay.
So right now, 2:04.
It's almost Eastern. 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Well, no. It wouldn't be 24 hours because we're PM right now.
No,
right?
more like 12 hours.
I don't. That math
hours,
is complicated.
Yeah, 14 hours. But either way, the point of it, that's how we kick things off. And so, yes, in Australia, we have the Rams versus the 49ers.
Yep.
So I'm sure that those fans are not in love with the fact that it's a divisional game that starts the season in Australia.
Yeah, and look, if the leak's true about the Jags and the Texans, I don't want them playing over there. I want them home and home. Like their fans want it at home. Yeah. We want it. I don't care if it's 42,000. It's going to be rocking, and hopefully they can figure out a way where that 42 is mostly, if not all, Jaguar fans, visiting fans. Sorry. Can't fit you. It's like those high school parties you tried to crash. You had to go to the front door and be like, sorry, man, you just can't come in. I'm sorry. It's too packed. You know what I mean?
I do.
Do you? You probably never threw any.
I didn't throw any. Of course I didn't throw any.
Did you go to any?
I did go to several, yes.
Several?
I went to several.
Wow, you Bishop Kenny people. Look out.
Oh, those
Catholic girls start much too late, I thought. I don't know.
Yes, that is true. I mean, I didn't go to like any raucous parties. Like I didn't necessarily see any drugs or things like that.
Okay.
But definitely lots of underage drinking, which of course we're not supposed to encourage.
You're not supposed to. No, we don't encourage that at all. We are stupid. But so don't be dumb like us out there if you're young.
Yeah.
That's for sure. No, but I don't know. It's just, look, it's coming. You're going to see more Wednesday. You're going to see Friday, which we talked about. We don't like that.
Yeah. It seems like the short weeks, we've always heard the players complain about that kind of stuff. And so the more you add days of the week, you're going to end up with some teams that get screwed based off of their timing.
You know, they just seem to always figure it out. It'll be interesting to see how they figure that out, right? So Seattle plays Wednesday. That means they don't play till Sunday the next. Then it's
maybe.
Well, they couldn't. I mean, that'd be a long layoff, right?
Yeah, they could play.
Well, they could play Monday,
the following Thursday.
Or Thursday, maybe. Yeah, right. Yeah, they could. Right, or the following Monday.
Right. Which, again, the schedule will actually be officially released Thursday night, so we'll have the answers to all these questions. Continuing along on, let's see, still week 1 on Sunday, September 13th. We have the Giants versus the Cowboys. That one's Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
At 8:20 p.m. And then Monday night, it's the Chiefs versus the Broncos. We just don't know which city that will be held in.
All right. Getting right after it.
Yeah. Starting the season off. I love that Monday Night Football matchup for sure, because you've got the Chiefs trying to resurrect what they used to be.
Yeah.
And have been, obviously, for many years with Patrick Mahomes under Andy Reid. And then you've got the Broncos that was the darling kind of last year. And then without the injury to Bo Nix, could they have played in the Super Bowl?
Possibly. And you got 2 quarterbacks coming back off injury.
Right.
Right. So that, look, KC, I'd probably put money down that they'll be in the wild card at the minimum in the AFC. I would just, if they stay healthy, like we know, you see what happens when you don't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Especially when it's your most important player, in Patrick Mahomes. So, him
that
coming back.
That division's interesting because I feel like the wild card to me, not necessarily making the wild card weekend, but the wild card in that division is the Raiders. We have no idea. What they're going to be like with the new quarterback and things like that. You wouldn't expect them to make a run in the postseason right away. Yeah. But certainly Bo Nix made it as far as he did in year 2.
They've got some star players, too. Yeah. They've got the
I
running
love
back.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
They've got Ashton Genty, who I love, too. Yeah. Max Crosby, for sure, who we would have loved to have here.
I think Chargers are going to be interesting. They get their line back. Yes. Think about that.
And they have Mike McDaniel, who we talked about yesterday in mentoring Justin Herbert and things like that. And then week 2, we have Thursday Night Football, the Lions at the Bills. That'll be the first game in the new Buffalo Stadium.
I saw that.
That'll be cool. Week 3, Sunday at 4:25, the Ravens versus the Cowboys in Brazil. I feel like the international games kind of get lost when they're that, deep, not deep in the season, week 3, but when they are a little bit later in the season, I feel like it's just another run-of-the-mill game, unless it's those 9:30 Eastern. But that game will be, let's see, Thursday Night Football. So it will be a standalone. We'll pay attention to the fact. That's a Sunday. So at 4:25, just kidding. So I feel like that'll get lost.
Is that where they're not encouraged to go out at all? Like leave the hotel? Was that
last year? That was Rio de Janeiro.
It was, okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know if things have gotten any better.
Calmed down or whatnot. I wonder if the players really liked that one. We never went. That was before, we didn't travel like that.
You did one international?
I played in Japan once. That's right. When I would try it out for the Saints.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that long ago that there was still an international involvement.
They called it the American Bowl. It was 1993. Joe Theismann called it. Mike Patrick. It was on ESPN. I think they tried to see, and then they're like, no, Japan's just way too far. Do we really care if we have fans in Japan? Let's go the other way and see what happens. You know what I mean? I think so. They did. I mean, think about that. That's a long time ago. They're at least exploring it. I think that American Bowl was only 2 years, maybe lasted 2 years, maybe 3, and then they got rid of it. It was horrific
in Japan
travel.
All times.
At least I don't know the time we went. Okay. We actually I never made the team, so I shouldn't say we, but the Saints we practiced in Wisconsin, drove to Minneapolis, and flew 15 hours to Tokyo. Yeah. And think about this. So I'm in the back, no friends, nobody talks to you. Like, because you haven't played a game yet. No electronics.
So what did you do?
I sat there and like sang to myself and looked at my playbook and tried to sleep and just kind of sat there and thought, I guess.
Aww.
I mean, it was a long road. But the way back, I made some plays. I made some plays in the game. People started talking here. So, the way back wasn't too bad.
I guess because they're trying not to become your friend because they got it. Yeah, you never know. They want to distance themselves a little bit because they don't.
Yeah, you do get close to guys. Yeah. I mean, you do. There's guys I know that like Brant Boyer. He would get really close to guys. He's still friends with them. They don't play ball. They never made it, but he still keeps in touch with them and things like that. So yeah, I mean look. I mean most guys are not. It's not like they're not nice. They're just like they don't want to invest the time yet. They want to make sure you're going to be around before they really, it's like that boyfriend, LB. You didn't want to introduce him to mom and dad right away. You know what I'm saying? You had to wait a little bit. And then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Look, I think it's one of those things that it's like if you find out someone at work is a short timer, right? Like they're not going to work, at your place of employment for long. You're probably not going to invest that much time in them either, just because you're already aware of it.
Yeah. Because, it sucks when they leave.
Right.
It does. I mean, look, cut day is terrible.
It is.
It's terrible for the person getting cut. The coaches don't like it. The players that became, friends with you and worked with you and all that, and they feel bad. They're like, but then they move on.
Yeah.
Because you have to. You go right into it.
I remember Doug Peterson always talking about that, the former Jags head coach, about cut day because he was cut multiple times in the NFL. And so he really sympathized with those guys. It is different, obviously, with Liam because he never played in the NFL. I'm sure he still empathizes with them, but hadn't been through it. By the way, we didn't talk about this yesterday, but he can still throw the football, Liam Cohen.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. He was throwing the football at Minicamp.
Yeah. Well, I would expect him to be able to throw
I knew he had that
bit.
elbow injury. That's what prevented him from being able to play at the next level. So I wasn't sure if he could still,
What did he have, like the Tommy John thing? What did he have?
I don't think he had Tommy John, but he
kind of like
some sort of elbow issue.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Man, he threw for a bunch of yards up there at UMass.
Oh, yeah.
Still holds the records, I think.
I think so, too.
A lot of categories.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll research it.
Very cool.
Very cool is right. All right, more Jaguars on the other side. You are listening to Helmets and Heels 1010XL 92.5 FM.
On the ride home, jump in and join the guys who know Jags football and Jacksonville life inside and out.
Woo! Hey, you want to try?
Frank Frangie and Hayes Carline, the Frangie Show.
You got yourself a sweet right now, Chuck.
Keeping afternoons fun, smart, and local.
Keep driving!
On 1010XL.
Spring is here. Is your yard ready? Lucas Tree Service, a family-owned business with over 45 years of experience, is Jacksonville's certified arborist for safe tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for homes and businesses. Protect your property, boost your curb appeal, and enjoy expert service you can trust. Keep your trees healthy and safe before summer arrives. Schedule your inspection today at lucastreeservice.com.
It's a Helmets and Heels Tuesday, backed by Morgan & Morgan.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
In Jacksonville, we love our sports. You might say we flip out over them. Football, baseball, soccer, hockey, basketball, golf, and there's our outdoor game, fishing, surfing, and just chilling. There's so much to do, it will make your head spin. But keep your cap on because Visit Jacksonville has you covered. Check out visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jax app and stay on the ball for all the upcoming sports events in Jax. Go local, go sports. Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida.
Test your instincts. Take your shot at the PGA Championship with 1010XL's You Pick 'em contest. You could win $1,000 of jewelry from Beard's Diamonds. Set up by Endless Summer Roofing. Enter at 1010XL.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. Triumph did a really cool thing last year, Greg. They went off-road. What's happening with Triumph?
Well, not only did they go off-road, they threw all the chips on the table. Ricky Carmichael personally developed this motorcycle for them. So if you haven't seen the Ricky Carmichael 450, you need to come see it. Also just released some Enduros this year. They've got a full lineup. You're going to love them.
Talking Triumph, the latest off-road. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency. Check out cyclesofjacksonville.com.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, Jacksonville, listen up. Termite swarms are active right now, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock. They silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Lauren Brooks here. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix it with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com to schedule your free termite inspection today.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Rolling through this Tuesday afternoon, Brian texted me and said that the game is Wednesday in Australia, that one in Australia. So there you have it. If he says it, then it's true.
I think they play it on Wednesday in Australia,
yes, that's
but
what he's saying.
airs here Thursday, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, if they, maybe that's why they did it instead of having it on Wednesday, because that means it'd be there Tuesday.
Makes perfect sense.
I don't know.
Sure.
Who knows?
We're not going. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the bottom line, and the Jaguars aren't going either. Tom McManus is here. Taylor Dahl on vacation this week. RJ Saunders along for the ride, making it all happen. I am Lauren Brooks with you. All right, we're going to get into more Jaguars. Just a quick thought here from RJ Saunders as the Lakers bowed out last night. I'm guessing you're excited if that's the last time you ever see LeBron play in a Lakers jersey.
Yes, but I think the Lakers have a lot more questions to answer than that.
He's just the biggest name of all of them.
He's the biggest name of all of them. But yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done with that roster. Who knows if this is LeBron's last time as a Laker? Maybe he decides that he wants to come back. Please don't do it. But maybe he decides that he wants to come back, or he goes 6 miles up the road in California, which has always been my thing. I think he wants to be in Golden State. So yeah, no.
It's so funny. So E.T. is not a Lakers fan, but he's a LeBron fan. So he cheers for the Lakers because of LeBron.
Yeah.
RJ is a Lakers fan, not a LeBron fan, but still cheers for the Lakers despite LeBron being on the team.
I mean, listen, I can appreciate LeBron for what he is and the players that he is, but yes, I am disgusting along with the rest of the contingent of Los Angeles Lakers fans who are just diehard Kobe-Desians, as we like to call ourselves, or at least I'm calling myself. And listen, if LeBron thinks that you come here and ultimately you're going to be higher on the all-time Laker chart than one Kobe Bryant, you must be on Balco.
I can't believe he's been there for 8 years.
Yeah, no,
LeBron.
time
Like
has certainly flown.
if you had asked me and I hadn't thought too deeply into it, I would have been like, oh, it's been like 4 years.
Yeah.
I would never have come up with 8 years that he's been a Laker.
Longest time he's been with another team outside of Cleveland. So,
Right.
And you know,
Kobe was incredible. I mean, there's a comparison, but Kobe's ahead of them.
Yeah, it's interesting.
in my opinion.
Most people have Jordan 1, LeBron 2 these days. And I know I'm going to make RJ mad when I say that, but I'm telling you, that's how I think the majority of
they
people
probably
feel.
do. He's played a long time.
And I think there are other
Kobe should
basketball
be right
fans that would
there.
have, Kobe and maybe some other players, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, the list goes on as far as ahead of LeBron. And he's been in the league obviously now for over 20 years, LeBron has. So his stats are going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I get that.
No, I think there's going to be a legitimate argument. Bill Simmons kind of threw this out a couple of years ago as to maybe we have to have split debates in terms of who was the best player ever, if you're going to add in LeBron, versus who had the best career ever. Because LeBron is, going into, if he plays next year, you're going into year 24. And just he's done it the longest, so he's beat every record. But
exactly.
Does that equate to him being kind of like the best player? It was an interesting debate that he got into, which makes you want to do your research.
Let's say you're drafting a team. Every person outside of maybe some LeBron people are going to have Michael Jordan as the first player to be drafted. Who would the second player be that you would draft on your team?
Shaq. Maybe. You need a big man.
Sure. And that's like, I think.
Kobe.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Kobe's in that argument. And
Let me ask you guys this, and maybe I'm off here, but I think when you try to debate who the better basketball player is out of two, don't you have to factor in if they went one-on-one in a basketball matchup, who would win the matchup? Do you not factor that in at all? Like, I think you would have to factor that in. And it's interesting, like I don't think you would go to the NFL, but like, who's the best player ever in the NFL? Be like, I couldn't name just one. I couldn't name just two. And it's not that many different. I mean, look, there's 5 on the court compared to 11 on each side. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different there. But at the same time, like, it's just wow. Like, who's the greatest of all time? Well, of course, Jordan with all the rings, he's got to be considered the greatest of all time. And then you throw in Bill Russell, who won a ton of rings. It's hard to do it with the different eras.
Sure.
It's hard to do with them all. So I don't know. I don't really care. And I'm a Jordan guy. I watched him growing up. I was a freshman in high school and he was a rookie with the Bulls. He obviously incredible. I'd go with him every time. But man, Kobe was just insanely good. I mean, I would have loved to see Kobe, and I know they did a little bit at the end, but in both their primes, one-on-one, that would be an unbelievable matchup. I think if LeBron and Jordan went one-on-one in their primes, I think Jordan would have a tough time with LeBron because he's 6'8", 260. Jordan was what, 6'6", 190?
220.
Well, he was that big? Oh, I didn't know he was that big. He seemed thinner than that. But okay, but still a lot. That's a little different. That's 30 pounds.
But when you have a guy like in LeBron James at that time where you're saying he's 6'8", 260, but he looks 220, and you're not even kind of, equating like these 40 extra pounds that he has.
Yeah.
And,
so I don't know.
Yeah. And are the refs on LeBron's side like they've been in the NBA over the last 20 years?
I don't know. But, I mean, to your point, Tom, I mean, with Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, MJ, I mean, it seems like those are always the 3 guys that a lot of people like to bring up. I don't know how guys like Magic and Kareem are always out of the equation.
I thought about that too. Their names entered my head. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson,
Hakeem
Olajuwon.
Bird was insane.
Hakeem, So, but it's
Draymond Green.
He's funny roasting people.
That's why I brought him up. He's been in the news.
Yeah, no. If Steve Kerr wouldn't have held back his career, he'd be a top 10 player in the NBA. But no, I mean, I think the competition level is certainly just one that I enjoy. It seems like Kobe and Jordan, Kobe would always talk about how many times they had like that debate. Like your best year, Jordan feels like his best year was his 91 year. Kobe's like, my best year was 03. And he's like, if we were the same age, man, I would have killed you. And he's like, Kobe's like, we're at dinner. And I'm like, MJ, remember who you're talking to. And he's like, Jordan just like starts laughing. Like, I'm just kidding. I know. So it almost feels like, Jordan kind of understood, Kobe's not necessarily like eye to eye with me, but I mean, Kobe would not back down
No, definitely not.
On the plus side, Michael Jordan, we still have him on this earth, so we can continue to have these conversations. Once LeBron's career is over, then MJ can, actually, if he wants to, discuss that kind of stuff. And I would love to have that conversation with Kobe Bryant. Unfortunately, he passed away.
And with Jordan, man, he would win Defensive Player of the Year like year after year after year when they actually played defense, not him guarding.
Right.
Different. Now Clyde. I remember him guarding Drexler in the finals or whatever it was. He go head to head with those kinds of guys. I loved when he got ticked off. Him and John Starks with the Knicks. That was intense. Them taking the crown from Detroit was unbelievable. But guess what? They needed Dennis Rodman for that.
For sure.
He was the enforcer that came over to Bulls that kind of was the equalizer. But
I do feel like The Last Dance kind of ushered in a little bit of the younger generation that maybe didn't get to watch Michael Jordan play. And so having that come out during COVID too, when there was not a whole lot to do, I feel like maybe that exposed some people to more of not just the great player, but also the attitude that he had.
And look, I think LeBron gets a little bit of some grief because of the Miami, bringing all those guys together in Miami.
Super
and basically went out. They didn't do that back in Jordan's era. He wouldn't say, hey, come on, let's Isaiah come over here. Let me grab Irvin. Hey, Magic, you might be in over here. Me, you, and Pippen and Isaiah are going to go at, going to have a great team, but different times, you know what I mean? But I think he does get a little bit of a rap for that and not winning as many titles. I mean, that's what it it's like with football. So if you had to pick, it's a quarterback, I would imagine.
Tom Brady is what people are going to answer. If they had to pick just one, I'm not saying that that's what
No, I know.
Is the correct answer, but he's the guy that in modern day football has, 7 rings? 6 with the Patriots, 1 with the Bucks?
So then if you go by rings, it's Jordan by a mile.
Right. Even though he didn't get to build, like you said, the super team.
Yeah.
That's the thing about college football. Like teams that won 20 years ago are looking at this day and age of college football, and they're like, you guys can just pay your players. And like, for instance, LSU, their payroll is over $40 million this year.
That's insane.
What if we had gotten to do that, back when it was USC or Notre Dame, whatever?
No, right. By the way, Jordan also had to take the 2 years off for baseball. In his prime.
He did.
Remember?
He did.
He could barely swing the bat. I remember seeing him on the news like, oh, that looks awful.
That was right after his dad passed away, right? So I think there was a lot of
there's a lot of conspiracy.
I know.
With
There's
that.
a lot of
but
conspiracy.
also, like, if we're to take what Jordan said, there was an interview he did with Ahmad Rashad, and then other people have kind of thrown it out.
Yep.
Jordan at that time kind of like vanquished like everybody. There was really nobody for him to really compete against. It's like, I beat the Pistons, I beat Barkley, I beat player A, B, and C. They said Clyde for a minute probably is arguably the second best shooting guard in the league. I defeated him. Who else is there? Like Kobe was still 10 years away at that point. Shaq wasn't really a guy. Shaq was on the come up, but he's like, Shaq, and we never got to see Houston versus Chicago. That's the biggest question. You leave for a year and a half, Houston goes back to back. If Jordan would have stayed,
right?
It seems like that's the big thing he always says. He's like, I don't know what it meant to get on top of the mountain and get knocked off it. He's like, I never know like that climb and what that feels like. So, with LeBron, it seems like he's always had these stars and asterisks by him. And, the Golden State Warriors kind of turn into America's team, and he has to, defeat them. He goes to Miami. Here comes San Antonio. There were just so many teams that, like LeBron had to kind of confront and face, and some he didn't, defeat as probably as much as he would have liked to. But Jordan, was kind of, hey man, I defeated anybody. What else am I really supposed to do?
No,
go ahead.
And coming back and then going triple crown again. After, that was just insane, to be able to do that.
From the text line, Design by Lifetime Enclosures, 904-641-1010. Obviously, you can get in on the action. Bill Russell has 11 rings, and we mentioned him.
Right.
That it is, that's a fact as far as if you're talking about the championships. One person says that Jim Brown is the greatest NFL player of all time, bar none.
Well, yeah, look, he was great. There's no doubt. I'd like to see him in an era where, he's not bigger than everybody.
Right.
And there were guys like that. A lot of the big, and not to say he wouldn't be great. I'm not saying that. He was a big man. He was fast, and he was tough. He played lacrosse too. How about that? Way back when.
Yeah, that's
But
impressive.
I'm not saying he wouldn't have been great in this era, but it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
you'd see videos of him running and, the D linemen are like 170 pounds trying to chase him. There's a few that would, be big and whatnot, but it wasn't around, you know what I mean? But would he have transitioned? Like, yeah, of course. He would have been a big bruising running back.
Like Derrick Henry.
Would it be? Yeah, maybe. Was he as Derrick? Man, he is. You don't think he's fast, but he never gets caught. I know Jim Brown didn't get caught either back in the day too. So, yeah, I always find those debates, if you will, very interesting because not everybody would transfer. You take like Sam Huff was an incredible linebacker back in the 60s or 50s, with the Giants. I don't know if he'd be fast enough to be. I don't know if I would be. I could probably still hang a little bit, but I don't think he. You know what I mean? I don't know if.
But you also would have had different nutrition, different training, right?
A lot of different stuff. Yeah,
there's so many things that they have now.
Yeah,
accompanied with the millions that they get paid as well.
Yeah.
Like the treatments that,
No, everything.
$100,000 minimum they spend on themselves a year.
The free testosterone. No, I'm just kidding.
And on that note.
No, but it's just, I always find that
it's different.
Interesting.
For me, it's way too hard to say the best football player of all time. I think you could try and break it down by position group: the best offensive lineman of all time, the best running back of all time, best receiver, best quarterback.
How about baseball player? Could you do that?
I think it's Babe Ruth is
that would be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Most popular of all time, or
probably also the most popular, but I would still think the greatest. I think that one's a little bit easier than the other sports. But yeah.
Interesting.
All right. I lied. I said we were going to talk Jaguars this segment, but that was so much fun. We had to get some LeBron talk in and NBA, but we will talk Jaguars on the other side. You are listening to Helmets and Heels, 10 to Next on 92.5 FM.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
My name is Savannah, and I was looking for a way to track my fitness results in a tangible way. I chose DexaFit Jacksonville because I wanted real, measurable results. After one quick DEXA scan, I knew my exact body fat, muscle mass, visceral fat, and even bone density. No guessing, just data. It gave me a clear baseline so I can now set my goals and track my progress with a lot of confidence. If you want real insight into your body, I highly recommend DexaFit Jacksonville. Book your scan today at jacksonville.dexafit.com.
This is Victor Patel, CEO of North Florida Medical Center. Have you been in an auto accident? Are you feeling pain or stiffness? Our board-certified team has over 15 years' experience helping patients recover through chiropractic care, physical therapy, pain management, primary care, and neurology. Even minor injuries can cause long-term problems if left untreated. Schedule your free consultation today at nfmcjax.com. North Florida Medical Center, bringing the care back to healthcare.
Hey, Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned and operated business on the First Coast for nearly 20 years. Known for reliability, quality craftsmanship, and professional service, Armstrong Fence handles it all, from big projects like stadiums and schools to your very own backyard. They build a wicked strong fence, and they do it right the first time. So when you need a fence, you can trust Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday is
litigated by Morgan & Morgan.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
You've always known Beard's Diamonds for, well, our diamonds. But have you heard about our watches? Beard's is proud to introduce a new and exciting selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. If you've tried to find a Rolex these days, you know how hard it is. But Beard's has scoured the country to put together an incredible selection of pristine Rolexes, thoroughly inspected and fully authenticated. These are like new Rolexes, all the most popular models, GMT Masters, Submariners, Sky Dwellers, and more. Come in today and check out our new collection of amazing timepieces. And if you have a Rolex to sell or trade, Beard's buyers are here with top dollar offers. Beard's Diamonds, always looking for new ways to give our customers the finest quality and the guaranteed best value price. Locally owned and operated for more than 4 decades, Beard's is your trusted source for fine diamonds, exquisite designer jewelry, stunning engagement rings, and now the finest luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Come find the Rolex of your dreams now. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-1010XL.
Presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah.
There's a reason we only talk so much NBA around
I just had a temporary lapse of reason. That's all.
Tom's like, RJ, I was watching Knicks Cavs.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
Pistons,
think they're
Cavs.
Yeah, but you were close enough.
Do you correct everybody
You were
more
close
on
enough.
here?
Unfortunately, I do.
No, you don't. I
do.
need it.
No,
I need
everybody
it. No,
in my
I
life
do need it.
knows if there's something misspelled or grammatically incorrect.
You're there.
I am happy to help you
You're
along
like
the way.
AARP with grammatical errors.
My issue is I was, in a Catholic school from 3rd grade until I graduated from high school.
Yeah.
And they drill that stuff into your head
Yeah.
every day, every day.
You ever have your hand slapped with a ruler by a nun?
And then I did not have nuns.
No nuns? I had the nuns.
At my grade
yeah.
school, I didn't have nuns. I think there was one nun at Bishop Kenny when I was there, but I don't really remember that part
Yeah.
as much.
Paddles? Any paddles?
No paddles.
They got rid of the
no
paddle
capital
by-
punishment for us.
Okay, interesting. We had a vice principal, Mr. Schmidt. We all loved him. He was a little guy, but stocky. But man, he would for the guys, he would rough them up, literally,
hey,
jack you into the locker and stuff.
Sometimes people need that, right?
Yeah, sure. I couldn't get away with that crap today, though.
You couldn't. But
not
some
at
of us
all.
are better off for some of the discipline that we
I
faced.
didn't mind. I loved them.
I had quite a few detentions when I was younger for doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like I got into a food fight one time.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. And then I bought a Coke too soon. Like for some reason you couldn't buy a Coke before 4 p.m. and it was like $3.50
Really?
and I
Wow.
wanted a Coke. So I know. I bought a Coke. This is why I am the way that I am, Tom.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. All I was going to say was Donovan Mitchell was 0 for 6, 0 for 7, and then ends up with 43 points last night. He was off early,
Don't give
man.
up,
It was
kids. Don't ever give
unbelievable.
up.
Yeah, I think what he rattled off, I want to say 20 straight or something
Did
like
he
that.
really?
No, there was
Man.
a big run by Cleveland. I think it was
He was,
23-0 or something like that.
The opposite of the Magic, who had 23 missed shots. And I'm
Yeah.
not rubbing that in RJ's face.
No, but I mean, it's also the opposite of the Magic series where, Detroit rattled off 30 straight.
Yeah.
It would finish with a 30-3
Yeah,
run.
right. Yeah.
So, yeah, Detroit
He's
getting a
quite
taste
the
of their own
athlete,
medicine.
that guy.
Oh, Donovan?
Mitchell, yeah, he's quite the athlete. He's got pigeon toes. He walks like he can fly, man. His moves are unbelievable. I never watched basketball, obviously, so I'm watching it. I'm always like, the athleticism. That's why I think when you see it live, that's when you're in awe. These guys are so massive. They can move the way they can move, that quick space, and do what they can do.
I'm telling you,
you leave pretty impressed.
college basketball is obviously one notch below the NBA, but
same.
college basketball games, love going to JU, UNF, Florida games,
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
here and in Gainesville. While we're on the NBA, final thing here, RJ, you're still talking Magic.
Yes, we are still talking Magic. On 1010XL Magic, our Magic YouTube channel. Just kind of doing exit interviews of sorts with everyone who has come on the show. We just finished up doing something with Dante Marcatelli. We're trying to set up something with the radio play-by-play voice, Jake Chapman, who's done a lot with us this season, just kind of get his outlook on what he thought during the year. Also kind of want to get his thoughts and opinions on the NBA not allowing the local media to do the playoff games. They let the radio hosts do them, but
okay.
The local media, the TV media wasn't able to do it for the first round. I remember growing up that, at least in the first round, the local media could, handle it, your local TV provider, but wasn't that way this year. So want to just know from him what's going on there. So, just be out on the lookout there if you haven't subscribed yet. When I thought you were talking about NBA, just sad news here. Brandon Clark of the Memphis Grizzlies passed away at the age of 29. That just came down.
Oh, yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, so,
just got that notification.
Yeah, so that's what I thought you meant.
Damn.
That's way too
Sorry
young.
to hear that. Heck yeah.
All right, now
awful.
to Jaguars football we go.
Yeah, let's do it.
So in 2025, the 13 personnel usage will compare the Rams and the Jaguars. The Rams were 30.48%.
Okay.
So just over 30%, almost a third of the snaps, they were in 13 personnel. And again, for people who may not pay that close of attention, exactly, 3 tight ends, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver. And then the Jaguars, in comparison, were 20th in the NFL at 2.84% in 13 personnel. And that's obviously, they had to use the jumbo package a lot with the offensive linemen, like Liam Cohen talked about on Saturday after rookie minicamp. But when it comes to the Jaguars this upcoming season, after drafting the 2 tight ends that they have, obviously re-signing Quentin Morris and already having Brenton Strange, I'm guessing that's going to increase significantly from 2.8%.
It sounds like that's the plan. Look, it's. I think people hear it and they think it's so new, and this is the new magical potion.
I love what you said yesterday. You did it at Boston College.
They did it a long time. Then Tom took it to New York. I mean, they must have done it back in the day. But you feel like, oh, wow, here comes this package. No one's going to be able to stop it. It's all based on mismatches, right? So in theory, the 3 tight ends are you have to play them differently with different personnel because why? Because they're hard to cover.
Right.
Which means they're athletic and fast and all that big and all that, whatever their strength is. The
corner can't cover them because they're not big enough.
Because they're not big enough.
The linebackers a lot of times
might not
be
be
too
fast
slow
enough.
right.
Right. So you got to bring a safety down, a big safety, what have you, to combat that. Because why? If they run it at you and you got little guys out there, they're just going to run over you.
Correct.
Like a corner. No disrespect to the corners out there, but you can't handle a 6'5", 260-pound tight end play after play by playing up. So that's the idea in theory. Right. So with drafting these tight ends, in theory, that's what we're thinking. Right. So on the ball tight end is Nate Borkature. Right. Then you've got Tanner Koziel, or maybe you got Quentin Morris. Right. And then you got Brenton Strange, who's your move guy. Okay. So my question in this is, if you can match up with them without having to change your personnel too much, then it's not as, the play design, right? You can fool him. Liam's a great play caller, so I'm not saying it doesn't work at all. I'm just saying I think I can match up with that personnel without having to go big nickel. Like I was drawing them up just on sheets of paper, just to look at it. And there's various formations, so I only did one, right? It's like you could do a lot of things.
For sure.
But I don't feel like, even with Koziel, could I put a Sam Backer on him that's athletic? Do I have to take the Sam out and bring a safety in because he's athletic, but he's not like, super duper speedster either. If you got an athletic Sam, you can handle him. And then if you go to Borkature,
like for the Jaguars being us, that would be Dennis Gardeck.
A Gardeck type, yeah. Or a Devin Lloyd type, those types of players, okay?
He doesn't play here anymore.
No, I know, but that type of player. So then if I got Brenton to worry about, can my Will handle him? Or maybe I do need one of my safeties, but I don't have to change my base. My point is, I'm a little concerned that no disrespect to the guys they drafted, but they're not special athletically where I feel like, oh man, if you put Koziel, Strange, and Borkature, sorry, Nate, in there, doesn't mean they can't make plays and do good things. It just means that I don't feel like I have to change my personnel for that. Now, if Nate was this dynamic, route runner, speedster that could get deep and beat my backer deep or my safety. Yeah, maybe I have to reconsider that. Koziel will beat you with size, but maybe if I got a tall enough guy that can run, I'm not saying just our team. I'm saying everybody they go against.
Of course, NFL defense.
That has that in their, has a linebacker that's actually a really good cover guy, and he can cover tight ends very well. So my point is, the idea of this 12 and 13 is so that you have to change personnel or line up and let us run on you. You better be able to stop us.
That's what I think it is more, is when everyone knows you want to run the ball, you're still able to run the ball.
But I don't need to change my personnel for that. You know what I'm saying? As a defense. I can line up my base, and if I've got good run stop and like my team, right, our defense, our run defense, we could line up with that without having to change the personnel.
Okay, I have a follow-up question that I'll ask you on the other side. I love this topic. Don't go anywhere. It's Helmets and Heels, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
We love winning, and 1010XL wants you to win our contests. We also like to share the winning. That's why we ask you to wait 30 days to win again, so others get a chance to have the winning feeling. Find complete contest details at 1010XL.com.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
It's a Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Backed by Morgan & Morgan. For the people. Dial # law.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clear water, irrigation,
and drainage too.
I know you love sports, so why not take that passion and make a difference in your community as a volunteer coach with the YMCA? Whether it's soccer, basketball, volleyball, or flag football, the Y is always looking for positive role models to help kids grow in both skills and character. Even if you've got no coaching experience, that's fine. We'll provide the training. Step up, give back, and be the coach that makes a difference. To volunteer, visit your local Y or fcymca.org.
Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building. So now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Maybe you have concerns about putting your home on the market and getting it sold. Well, let me alleviate those for you. There's a real quick solution. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold or they will buy it. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. You'll find out for yourself. Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts I trust and recommend with the sale of your home or mine. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Anthony and Mary in Palmco said, we needed to sell our home to move closer to family, but low cash offers weren't cutting it. Since we'd only bought a year earlier, options felt limited, but not for Chad and Sandy. Call Chad and Sandy today, or log on to chadandsandy.com.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Imagine this. You've got the burgers ready in a backyard full of guests. And folks, that's a strong lineup. But a clogged drain on a holiday? That can change everything in a hurry. Before kickoff, make sure your plumbing is ready to go. Call Duck Rooter. They've got experience, honest pricing, and a team you can count on. And right now, get your main sewer line cleaned, plus a camera inspection for just $129. Outside cleanout is required because the only thing you want overflowing this weekend is that cooler. So when you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
It's
showtime. That's right. The whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, frolicking good time. And a big, fantastical funhouse. We're raising the bar and occasionally the dead. You've never seen anything quite like Beetlejuice. May 12th through the 17th, Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets on sale at fscjartistseries.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Taylor Dahl has the week off. She'll be back with us next week. Tom McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Got a question in off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures asking you who you would want as your quarterback at Boston College in today's NIL era.
Yeah, I mean, look, I really like Glenn Foley. I mean, our QB, he was really good, man.
So you're not changing.
I don't think I would. I'd have to go back and think.
Matt Ryan.
Matt was really good too. I mean, but still, Foley in college was great. If he didn't get hurt, he got hurt with the Jets. He was with Parcells. Parcells loved him. Coughlin loved him. He had an incredible arm. He was a little out there at times, but he loved playing football. He was very competitive, and then got hurt. Got a chance to start for the Jets. Hurt his shoulder, like rotator stuff, that kind of stuff. Tore it up and never recovered. Never recovered.
We talk about those career-ending injuries, it seems like far too often. That's for sure.
Unfortunately.
For sure. All right. So in 13 personnel, the question I want to ask you is, will we see super fast linebackers become more and more of something that NFL teams want? Like, you may not be the biggest guy, but if you're one of the fastest linebackers I can get my hands on, then I need you in order to try and match up against this 12 and 13 personnel.
You know, it'll be interesting. Like Kyle Lewis out of Pitt, they say he could do both. It'll be interesting how he's utilized.
Yeah, view him as like a safety and a linebacker.
Yeah, it was like a hybrid type thing.
Yeah.
So, no, look, today's backers, most of them can run.
Yeah.
Because you have to, because they spread you out so much. You still have to have a thumper. You know, you still got to have a guy or two that can thump and play the run for you. You need that. We have them. You know, Lewikin's a perfect example. He can thump you, makes a ton of tackles. He can blitz. He can get to the sideline. He can get deep if he has to. He can cover that tight end down the seam if he has to.
Probably one of the most underrated players in all of the National Football League.
One of them,
people
for sure.
Talk about, he led the league in tackles a couple seasons. That's pretty much all people know about.
No, he's a bigger play guy than that. We saw him. Remember, he took the one back to the house a couple years ago.
Yep.
No, he's in the lineage of the really good backers that have played in this franchise over the years. For sure.
And I asked that question since obviously the Jaguars drafted Parker Hughes late in the 7th round, but ran a 4.39, runs a really fast 40. Again, that may not translate to game speed and things like that, but I just wonder, is that kind of the direction?
Here's the problem with not the problem with him per se, but and I saw it with Branson Combs. Like, you can't get engulfed by linemen. Like, if you're not big enough to at least fend them off you a little bit. I'm not saying you're going to drop them to their knees. That's hard. Nobody really does that because they're so big. But if they get their hands on you and you're a smaller guy, I don't care how fast you are, the speed goes away.
Yeah.
So can you avoid them? Can you get in space? I mean, blitzing would be interesting with a guy that can run like that. He made a lot of tackles in college, so maybe it transfers into, the NFL. But I think, if he really, that's what you coveted, no disrespect to him, but he would have been a 3rd rounder than a 7th rounder or whatever he was, right? Because that speed really stood out. I think what he's going to excel on is special teams, and he should be a demon on special teams. And if he gets his shot at will linebacker, obviously it sounds like they like Ventrell. They like Branson Combs, who I just mentioned. So they'll battle that out. But yeah, to answer your question, you still got to have some ass to you, I guess, if you will, to be able to fend off guys. And these backs, they're not little, and they run hard. You got to be able to plant those feet and maybe not put them on their back, but you can't let them put them, on yours.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, anyway.
By the way, coming up at 3:00, so in just a few moments, we will talk to Donna Orender about the Upshot League. The Jacksonville Waves' first game is on Friday at the Jacksonville Vice-Star Veterans Memorial Arena, so that's exciting. But before we do that, let's get it now to Tom's Take.
Now, Tommy's Takes. Protected by Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com, or dial #law. That's all.
All right, my take today on this beautiful Morgan and Morgan Tuesday might be redundant, but I'm only saying it because I care about you all. We mentioned how Brandon Clark, the Memphis Grizzlies basketball player, dying at age 29. I had lunch earlier with a friend of mine. His father passed from a heart attack, like sudden, at age 59, so young. My mother just passed recently, and the first Mother's Day without her, both parents gone. Why am I saying this? Just to to drive it home, you got to live life to the fullest, man. And if you're not happy out there, I hope you can find some happiness, because life's too short. You never know when it's over. You never know when a loved one's time is up. You just never know what tomorrow is going to bring. So I'll say it again to the day I die. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Hug the ones you love. Tell them you love them every chance you get, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And that's my take today, and every single day. But today it's brought to you by Morgan & Morgan.
There's a song by Garth Brooks called If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It echoes that sentiment for sure.
It's true. It's true stories right there, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, so we will chat with Donna Orender next, talk some women's basketball, so don't go anywhere. It's Helmets and Heels, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is 1010XL, where we eat, drink, and sleep Jacksonville sports.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday, protected by Morgan & Morgan.
Attention poker players, the tables are heating up at all Best Bet locations. Don't miss a minute of the action with $800 high hands every Friday and Saturday, $555 Cinco de Mayo high hands every 20 minutes, and the Memorial Day $30,000 cash giveaway. And don't forget to earn those entries to win a side-by-side all-terrain vehicle starting May 1st in Best Bet St. Augustine. Get to your location of choice, Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine, and take home your winnings. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com.
Who's going to write their name on the Wanamaker Trophy?
The defending champion says, remember me?
Hear updates and coverage of the PGA Championship, teed up by LiveForeverGolf.com and TopDressing.com on 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here. I love our organized closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live, from closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for every space and every budget. Make an appointment today to tour their showroom on Phillips Highway and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free consultation at 904-878-9393 or online closetsbydesign.com.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
Homeowners running out of space in your kitchen, closets bursting at the seams, or maybe your bathroom just feels outdated and cluttered. At Harvest Construction and Remodeling, custom cabinets are what they do best. Owner Scott spent years as the main cabinet installer for one of the region's largest big box retailers. As a family man growing his own business, he brings that experience directly to homeowners like you. They'll create beautiful storage solutions that improve look, feel, and function. Visit harvestrenovations.com.
License number CRC 1331012.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, Frank Frangie here, inviting you to join my wife and me June 22nd of 2027 as we experience the food, wine, and culture of iconic Italy with Colette. Our journey takes us to historic cities and enchanting medieval towns. We'll enjoy a wonderful 7-night stay in the Montecatini Term A famous resort and spa town nestled in the heart of the rolling hills of Tuscany. Visit the cultural treasures of Florence, Pisa, and lovely Lucca. Along the way, we'll discover the food, wine, and old world charm, and even have a special chef-led cooking class. This and so much more. Colette handles the details, flights, hotels, meals, and the local experiences. Your only job is to have the time of your life. Don't miss joining my wife and me in Italy. Now, to learn more, visit 1010XL.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
Come away with me.
That's 1010XL.com or call Colette at 800-581-8942.
I'm the thread that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The NFL schedule release is just 2 days away, dropping on Thursday, May 14th at 8 p.m. Some games have already been released, like Broncos versus Chiefs for the season's first Monday night game of the year. The Bills opening their new stadium versus the Lions on Thursday night in Week 2. And the Eagles will take on the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. It's 70 degrees at 3 o'clock time, and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's team time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Tom McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you as we talk a ton of sports around these parts, including women's sports, of course, because we are Helmets and Heels, and we're now excited to be joined by Donna Orender of the Upshot League, founder, investor, commissioner. Donna, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Lauren. Good to be with you, of course.
Yes, we so appreciate it. So much excitement leading into Friday's game, but first, let's talk about how this league even began.
How do things begin, right? They begin with ideas and good people wanting to do like fun and interesting things. And, you know, Andy, my partner, of course, everybody knows Andy Kaufman, the great owner of the Iceman. And, you know, we were talking about women's basketball for quite a while. We pursued lots of different ventures. And then one day he called, he goes, why don't we just do it ourselves? And I thought it was a great idea. I didn't hesitate and said, yeah, let's. And we were off to the races.
Donna, great to have you on.
Listen, it was strategic. I will say this: it was strategic. Like we knew what was happening in the marketplace, and of course, with my background in basketball and his in sport, we saw a great opportunity to be difference makers.
Donna, great to have you on the show. Thanks for the time. How long did it take from the idea to this inaugural launch today? How many? Not hours. That would be too many. How long did it take? How are you?
You know. I'm good. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I feel like I should know it. And some days it feels like it's been centuries, and others it feels like it's 5 minutes. So somewhere in between that, Tom, would be my answer.
Okay. You got it done. That's all that matters.
Well, I got to look it up, but, you know, let's see, December to December. I don't know. Let's say a year and a half, probably a little under 2 years, probably, I would say.
Nice.
So they're starting with 4 teams, Jackson obviously being one of those. What's the idea down the road? How many teams would you like total?
Well, first, you've given me the chance, Lauren, to plug the fact that we've announced Baltimore.
Okay.
We've announced Nashville.
All right.
We have another 2 in our current back pocket with another 8 to 10 in the pipeline. And our ultimate goal will be about 30 teams.
30. Wow. That's amazing.
That is absolutely fantastic. All right. Talk about the fan engagement side of things. What can people expect at a Waves game, at least here in Jacksonville, Donna?
Well, I have to tell you that I'm pretty pumped up because this morning I spent at the Vice Star with our Waves team for their media day. And I think across the board, what people will love about this league is the caliber of talent. It's elite athletes. I think 60% of our overall rosters have WNBA experience and adjacencies. They've come from the best programs in the nation. They've played overseas. So I think what you're going to see on the floor is unbelievable basketball by really tremendous athletes.
Obviously, season tickets, I'm guessing, are available, but also can people purchase single game tickets as well?
Oh, of course. Yeah, whatever tickets people want to buy, we will sell you. I don't know how many we have left. I would say that people should definitely not wait until Friday. My guess is there'll be rather long lines at the arena. We tend to be in Jacksonville, a late arriving crowd. But I think you said in your opening, there's a tremendous amount of enthusiasm and interest. It's a way for Jacksonville as a city to stand up and be seen nationally, but also for us to see each other and understand that what's important to us, right? So standing up in these ways do reveal our values. And I love that Jacksonville is one of our first 4 cities. But I'm also proud of Savannah and Greensboro and Charlotte as well.
And Donna, like you said, the opportunity in the market, of what's happening with the WNBA, the popularity, the salary cap that they're, talking about, the money that they're getting, from the WNBA level at least, and then it trickles down, right? It's a good time to have this kind of league, and right here in the great city of Jayville.
Yeah, well, listen, it's great to be anchored here. This is the home of the Upshot League, and it's great to have that in the city. And you're right. It's interesting. I can't help but reflect, Tom, that when I ran the league, the WNBA, my total roster from the entire league cap was $5 million, and now we're looking at a $7 million per team.
Per team, right?
Salary cap. Yeah. $5 million for the entire league. We've come a long way, baby, and we still have a long way to go. But I think the interest, I was just reading some catch up this morning, which I do every morning, about what's happening out there in the world. And I think the WNBA has already hit $3.2 billion in deals for this year.
Wow.
I mean, it's really astounding what's happening across the board. The NWSL is continuing to grow. They just signed their largest franchise fee for one of their latest teams. The PWHL, right? Women's Professional Hockey. God bless Amy Shear. She was one of my coworkers when I was at the W. And, it's such a positive kind of energy that's happening in communities and families around the world.
How did you pick the coach, and then how did she go about picking the roster?
We picked the coaches early because our coaches work year-round. We wanted to be very intentional. Taj McWilliams-Franklin, who works with Miriam Bernstein in our basketball ops, we knew that we wanted somebody who was interested in not only developing their on-court skills, but their business. And we want someone who really wanted to engage in the communities. And so we picked them. And then I think the coaches started working their networks. Each of them had been coaching at Division I levels for quite a long time. So they began working their networks, because in the beginning, people didn't know who we were. They weren't sure of who we were. They knew what we were saying, who we were, but let's trust but verify. And then as we kept rolling and moving forward, and people started hearing more and more, then our phone started ringing. And I would say in the last couple of weeks, it's been kind of a cavalcade of calls, and then the WNBA started waiving a lot of their players, and I think that's when our phones were ringing off the hook, because the opportunity to play in America at a very high level in communities has just never happened before. And players are unbelievably grateful.
Yeah. Donna Orender is our guest from the Upshot League here on Helmets and Heels. You chose the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena for your home court, Donna, for the Waves team. Were other arenas in question there, and why did you ultimately go with VyStar?
I think what we look at every market. We want to play in the arena that is the best suited for this league. Okay. VyStar is the best in Jacksonville, right? Sure. They were willing to work with us, obviously, with our partner team, the Icemen, play there.
Yep.
Give us a good lease, working with Matt and Tim. I mean, these guys have been fantastic. So we appreciate the partnership. We appreciate the business opportunity that we've been able to negotiate together. And, of course, the availability of dates was really also a big factor.
Awesome.
WavesUpshot.com.
Yeah. You got it, Lauren. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, super easy for people. WavesUpshot.com. You can find all the information as far as the schedule, everything that's going on as far as the different themes for nights. I love that Friday nights is women in sports, and there's going to be a really fun pregame fan fest. There's so much going on, and like you mentioned, as far as being involved in the community too, this is a great way for Jacksonville sports fans, especially fans around these parts of women's sports, to come and show up.
Exactly. Actually, absolutely come and show up. Let Jacksonville shine in the big light where we want to be seen. And I love the idea that so many families, groups, organizations are coming together to support and are excited by it. And like I said, if you love basketball, if you love being seen, if you want to be part of a scene, right? If you just want to have some fun, all of it. You can have all of it at the Jacksonville Waves game on Friday night. But here's the most important thing. You can only do this once, Lauren and Tom. You can only make history once. And
That's
this
right.
is a history-making night in the history of Jacksonville.
Something tells me you're
I
not
love
going to sleep much between now and Friday, Donna.
You're working.
I have to say, I didn't sleep so well last night, but, I still get up, try to get a workout in, get the mind and body moving. But I think there is a level of excitement and anticipation and also concern. Like, you want to make sure we're taking care of everyone that we can. I know that Andy's all over that as well. We talk, a couple times every day about all of these things, and it's important to us. So a little less sleep for a couple of days, it will be fine. And from there, we'll let the players take it.
For sure. But hey, the backing of a former WNBA commissioner and Iceman owner and president, I think you're going to be just fine.
That's right.
Oh, I love that. I love your confidence, Coach. Taking it into my locker, okay?
Absolutely will do. Well, Donna, thank you so much. Good luck and have fun on Friday night.
Listen, wait a second. That sounded like, I know we're on the air, but that sounded like good luck and I won't see you. We will be looking for you. We will be calling your name on the PA with your show, Helmet and Heels.
There you go.
Advocating for this kind of event to happen in the city since you guys launched, Lauren and Tom. Listen, get your listeners out, but you guys need to be there. Sorry. See you then.
All right, Donna.
Sounds good. Thanks, Donna. We so
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah. The
Awesome.
The Upshot League is right now comprised of 4 teams, but like she said, she wants to expand to 30. That's what their goal is and their vision. That's amazing. And I do love the idea that women can play professional basketball in something beyond the WNBA. Like if you're not quite good enough to make a team, there's still
Absolutely.
another professional league that's an option for you. And that's something that's never existed before.
No doubt. And it's it's opportunity to continue your career. It sounds like it's going to be some fun. I bet you a lot of running and gunning.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement, that type of ball. So, yeah, it's great. I mean, look, Donna and MG, her husband, both of them together, separately, everything they do works. It turns to gold, you know what I mean? And her background with basketball, the WNBA, she knows what can work. Andy Kaufman, I mean, what a great partner to have from the Iceman, and then the arena. Look, that's a daunting thing. You got to fill that up. And you say the Iceman, the Iceman get 10,000. That's a lot of fans coming in. Wouldn't we love that for the Upshot, for the Waves, to have that kind of following, that kind of backing, as we move on. So
yeah, if you love sports, Jacksonville is the place.
We got so much.
Yes, the Jumbo Shrimp and the Sharks and the Upshot League and
every sport.
Right, the
Pretty
Icemen.
much.
Yeah, for sure.
Soccer's coming.
You've got Sporting Jacks. That's already underway as well. So yeah, if you love sports, Jacksonville is the place for you. All right, more to do on the other side, including Lauren's Lane. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
At 1010XL,
wax on, wax off.
Our sports experts undergo extensive training before they broadcast.
Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. Hey.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Wax on.
1010XL.
Wax off.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. JJ here with 1010XL. You'll be assured of a quality delivery, that's for sure. Log on and order online at kuhnflowers.com.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday
is served by
Morgan & Morgan.
Prosser here. When I'm doing home improvements, I like to deal with a local company, and I found one for windows and doors, Cash Building Material. They've been doing business in Jacksonville for 70 years, and with their experienced window and door specialists, you'll get no subcontractors, no runaround, just their own experienced crews who treat your house like it's theirs. Get a quote today. Thank me tomorrow. For windows and doors, search Cash Building Materials. Windows and doors done right.
Hey, Gate fans, power up your meal with an electrifying deal. MyGate Rewards members can snag a Monster Energy for just $1 when you buy any made-to-order entree. Breakfast bowl or pizza, it's your choice. Just add a Monster and boost your day. See store for details.
Fish know where to hide. Captain Kevin knows how to find them.
That's a big one.
Listen for the Wing Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Attention men and women, if you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out of pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, it's Greg. Working here at 1010XL, you're constantly surrounded by food. So I told you last week I finally stopped hearing about Awaken 180 and actually started it myself. So one weekend, I'm down 9 pounds. 40 by the 4th, yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. Look, I thought the hard part was going to be the food. I pictured myself, opening a box and going, all right, here comes the sadness. But no, the food's been really good and easy too, which matters because I'm on the road a lot during the day and I don't have time to play nutrition scientist in the convenience store parking lot. Awaken 180 lays it all out. A schedule, a meal plan, the yes-no shopping list, even recipes in the app. And there's much more variety than I expected. A doctor friend said to me something that stuck. You'll never outrun the fork and spoon. And he's right. I've tried. It doesn't work. Well, Awaken 180 gets the food part right. And when that happens, the scale moves pretty fast. I'm down 9 pounds in week 1. So let's keep going. Call now and do it with me. Call 844-346-1800 or awaken180weightloss.com.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial pound law or check out forthepeople.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Taylor Dahl enjoying a much-needed vacation week. Tom McManus is here. RJ Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks. Thanks again to Donna Orender for joining us. And the Jacksonville Waves do tip off Friday night. Going to be a super exciting night there at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Tom, a question for you off the text line.
Yep.
Signed by Lifetime Enclosures. Are you saying that if the Jaguars go 13 personnel and tight ends are blocking corners and safeties and the Jaguars are running wide for 6 yards a pop, that a defense wouldn't change their personnel?
Yeah, well, first of all, we don't run at 6 yards a pick or clock or whatever he said, pop.
Yeah.
Even last year when they used Chuma and Van Lanen as the heavies to come in and be tight ends, basically blocking tight ends, they didn't run anywhere near that. So, yeah, if they're going to knock people off the ball, it's not going to matter who's out there.
And yes, if that was the case, a defense then would make adjustments to try and prevent the Jaguars or any team from running.
And for the record, in 12 and 13, you do have a wide receiver, so you have to have a corner that matches up with that corner. Other than that, you may get a bigger corner that's good against the run if you're having trouble. Other than that, you got your 4 D linemen, you got your Sam, you got your safety coming down, you got your safety high. Now they can mix and match the, look, if they bunch that wide receiver and that corner is smaller and he's got, because they're going to do some kind of funky blocking out of that in a trips type formation or a bunch formation, you know what I mean? Maybe he's got to be a little bit more physical, but I mean, to sit here and say just because they got these guys, all of a sudden they're going to be knocking everyone back. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
If
I'm not
that was
saying they can't, but
But if that was the
I don't
case,
know.
every NFL team
would just do that.
would
Like,
draft tight ends or
Yeah.
sign tight ends in free agency and then run the ball
all the time.
every time, every
Right,
down or
right.
every snap. Yeah.
The idea is, again, to get that defense in a different personnel grouping that we can take advantage of, either
Right.
pass or run.
Like you said, it's completely about whether it's the NFL, the NBA, whatever it is, it's all about matchups and mismatches, like you said earlier.
For sure.
You're trying to figure out how can you put your players in the best position to succeed.
Mhm.
And obviously in the NFL, that's comparing what is this player going to do on offense that then this player on defense is going to
Right.
try and react to.
Here's maybe an idea. So say I'm playing Sam.
Yep.
And I'm on the tight end, but the move tight end, and there's a receiver outside, but I got number 2.
Okay.
The move tight end's Strange, and he's coming towards me. He becomes the new number 2. And I'm Sam, and I got to go out on Strange. That might be a mismatch.
Yeah.
Like Brenton Strange might be a mismatch for that backer to handle.
So in for the Jaguars, that would be Ventrell Miller.
Yeah,
would be the-
type. Yeah. Because he's more Will, but whoever the Sam Gardeck, whoever it ends up being, they pop out. Or how else would I handle that? I drop my safety down.
Yeah, I
but
guess
that
you're
doesn't
right.
mean I need another personnel grouping to drop
Right.
a safety down to cover
So
up.
who else is a Sam on this Jaguars defense right now besides Gardeck?
Abdul is a Sam. He'll be there.
Yasir Abdullah, not Amir Abdullah.
That's right.
We have
that's
two now.
right. The kid from Auburn, I think he's going to try a little Sam
Jalen
/
McLeod.
Edge, or Edge.
Okay.
That type of thing. So I think those guys, they don't have any. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't have the roster up right now, but those would be the guys right now. Gardeck, then Abdullah probably, and then McLeod.
Yeah, I mentioned Gardeck earlier, and then I was thinking, I don't really know that he's got a backup that's anything like him. Gardeck.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want him covering in the open field. Not that he can't, but you get a fast tight end on him, and he's fast enough. He's not slow. I want to see him going forward. I want to see him stopping the run and rushing the passer. Is what I like to see out of Dennis Gardeck. But yeah, I mean, look, again, you can mix up the formation itself to find a mismatch, but just putting that out there, I don't know. Again, if I don't know. Give me if Borkature ended up being Kittle, like that kind of threat in the passing game, not just a blocker. Kittle's a great blocker, but then maybe I got to figure something out. Like my backers can't handle him one-on-one, maybe, or I take my best cover backer and just put it on him.
Because we've seen, for instance, Travis Kelce for the Chiefs kill the Jaguars in the past.
Nobody could cover him one-on-one.
Right. But you and I don't think Borkature can be like Travis Kelce. If anything, he's going to be more
know.
George Kittle than Travis Kelce.
I don't
just
know if
based
he
off
could
of what
be
we've seen.
Borkature,
I say more
I don't see
Kittle
the
because of the
athleticism
blocking.
to be either one of them in
Right,
the passing
right.
game. But who knows? I could be totally wrong. I'm going off of one mini camp. You know what I mean? Like all I'm saying, his speed just didn't jump off to where I'm like, okay, how is that why is that a mismatch? Okay, now if I'm a small safety and he's on the line and I'm on him and he's coming at me and I got to defend and blocking, that might be a mismatch. But I don't have to put my safety down there.
Right. And I do want to say, too, I don't remember walking away from rookie minicamp when Brenton Strange was selected and thinking,
Not at all.
Wow, the
Not
Jaguars
at all.
have one of the best tight ends. They look at what they drafted.
No, but you did look at him and say I remember standing next to Dempsey and like, this kid's, there's something about this kid. Because the way he was built, the way he moved, he was, you can tell the difference. It's not like you can't tell the difference. Some guys really, really fast. Some guys okay fast. Some guys not fast at all. It's right there in front of your eyes.
That's
You know what I mean?
true.
But that doesn't mean game day speed is the same as what we're seeing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does make sense. So yeah, if y'all have more questions for us, hit the text line Design My Lifetime Enclosures. We'll answer those in case you missed it earlier. For last year, the Jaguars ran 13 personnel, 2.84% of the snaps. The Los Angeles Rams, 30.48%. I don't have what the Super Bowl winning Seahawks ran.
It's a copycat league. I mean, that's what it is, I'm going to pull up, I know, no, we don't have, pull up the Rams, if you would. Can you pull up the Rams tight ends?
Yeah.
I know the one is really good, and he is a mismatch. That's Ferguson, I believe, number 84. Who's the other guy? Tyler Higbee, although he's been hurt. He's a little more athletic. Would I have to put a nickel on him? Maybe.
Colby Parkinson, Tyler Higbee, Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah, okay.
Ferguson, and then they drafted Max Clare.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
See, that might, because he's fast. And the not Ferguson, the other one.
Colby Parkinson.
That guy, he's a tough matchup. Why? He's more like Gronk. He's just like a wide body. When he goes up for the ball, he's got a good way to defend people off him. He's big. Maybe I'm not saying Nate can't be that. I don't see that yet, but maybe he can develop into something like that. But that's what I mean. You got to have. That's what that whole thing is. Like, I got to have some mismatch there.
Right.
If they're the same speed as my defenders and I can handle their size, then it's not a mismatch, if that makes sense. Unless I'm fooled by the formation, which we could be because of Liam as a play caller.
Right. And I know last year in The Athletic, they did their top 10 play callers. Liam Cohen was one of those. That was before, obviously, the Jaguars season.
Legit.
And the defensive coordinators praised him because he can do so many looks out of one formation that's what keeps defenses on their toes. So a quick look back at that lovely Rams-Jaguars game in London when the Rams destroyed the Jags 35-7, and it could have been worse. Three out of the top 4 pass catchers receiving yards wise, you have Colby Parkinson, Terrence Ferguson, and Tyler Higbee. The other one, of course, Devontae Adams. He had 5 catches for 35 yards and those 3 touchdowns. But Puka Nacua, yes.
He went in there.
He was not playing, and that's why it could have been even really worse.
Well, they might have spread it out a little bit more if he was in there.
But it goes to show you that the Rams obviously leaned on their tight ends in that game because Sean McVay saw that was a mismatch for the Jaguars defense at that point in time. And clearly that's what played out. Again, 35-7 will certainly teach you that.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. So if you, who's a liability in that kind of coverage, right? Devin at times.
Yes, Devin
I'm not
Lloyd
saying
for sure.
all the time, but you could definitely say, you know what, let's target him a little bit and see if we can attack him a little.
Safety-wise, I'd say.
Wingard wasn't the fastest guy out. Now, if he read his key, like on time and correctly, he could hang. But if he didn't have that makeup speed.
Right. And it was, I believe, Eric Murray and Dewey might have been the starting safeties that day against the Rams. And so,
I mean, here's the thing.
Antonio Johnson, I don't think was yet starting.
He wasn't out there yet.
Yeah.
Eric Murray's a little small.
Right.
So if these tight ends are overpowering him, will I have to change my safety from a small safety to a bigger safety?
And you saw them draft Jalen Husky for that reason. By the way, if you haven't seen the video of James Gladstone and Liam Cohen talking to Jalen right after they drafted him, the Jaguars posted that. It's fantastic. He's just as excited as he was at Topgolf with that video.
Yeah.
And he's losing his mind even on the phone with the GM and the head coach. It's fantastic. But yeah, you have to wonder if that's part of why they drafted a guy like Husky. That safety room is going to be fascinating. I know Taylor's not always high on that safety group or room. She wasn't last year, I should say, and has questioned it for this season.
Eric Murray's not a fan. She's not a
fan
big
of Eric Murray, right? So if he's starting, then automatically. But I do think it's going to look a lot different if, let's say, it is Caleb Branson, Antonio Johnson, and maybe Husky's playing a little bit more special teams to start. But if he gets in the mix, or Ryan Lane gets some more snaps like we saw last year towards the end of the season too on defense, it could look a lot different. And then someone like her who's been critical might like it a heck of a lot more.
Right now, for me, Antonio Johnson's the only lock at one of the safeties. I know it for them.
Agreed.
Eric Murray might be, or Caleb, because of where he was drafted. But
I don't think you can pencil in Caleb right now.
No, I wouldn't.
Missing the entire season and coming off the injury and never playing safety in the National Football League. There's just and look, he might be fantastic. He might be the best safety on the team. But certainly you got to see it.
Plus, a year after surgery that significant, you never know how they respond. I mean, working out is one thing. Getting in these where you have to move
laterally,
instinctively, not someone telling you to move. It's a big difference to just going through the ACL rehab. I used to do all these drills. They'd give you direction, backpedal, shuffle, 45-degree angle. Well, when you're out there in the field, nobody's doing that. You're based on instinct. So it's a little bit different. It might not affect him at all. He might be able to, no problem. But a lot of times that first year, you're still, getting back to, being out there, the rust will be there.
And some of it's mental. I'm sure you can attest to that. You're just not
worried
quite
about
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look, I get all that. But so, yeah, I do think the safety position battle, that competition throughout training camp is going to be so much fun to watch, as is going to be the competition as far as, or I shouldn't say competition, but battle as far as the linebackers and the safeties against these tight ends, like what we've been discussing this whole show, as far as the 12 and 13 personnel. What does that look like in practice? I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I could listen if you've got, let's say you got all three to one side, right? So you got a
trip tight end.
Flex or not, but let's just say they're not, right? So you could put Gardeck, Antonio Johnson, and then who could be the third? Maybe your Will Backer.
Yeah, either Ventrell, maybe Foye.
And maybe they're there because well, not Foye. I'd leave him in the middle because you need him for the run.
True.
Just in case they do. But look, Ventrell's known for covering. So can he cover? He should be able to cover a tight end if you're the Will Backer.
Yeah,
that's not a specialty.
No,
that's part of the job.
If let's say they love Branson Combs, I'm just throwing it out there, or Parker Hughes.
Okay.
Maybe they say, all right, we're going to put you at middle to protect against the run, and Foye's now going to become a guy that moves with some of these tight ends because he does have that.
If those guys can't cover as well, I agree. But here's the only thing: like I got to see. Even I mentioned her like Combs, like he got engulfed when he was out. Not every play, but it was noticeable. Kaiser did too. You're like.
Yeah, I didn't mention him.
You can't get. You got to get off blocks. I mean, you can't get blocked. You do get blocked. Everyone gets blocked, but it can't be more.
See enough out of Kaiser last year to think, oh, this is going to be.
He's ready for it.
Yeah,
not to start. Not to start. But for me, I mean, like one thing about Foye is his nose for the football. He can one of the more funnest parts of the job, middle backer. One of the toughest parts is getting through the mud to get to the ball because it's all there. There's no. Will Backer's usually uncovered. He can use his speed. Sam Backer's on one edge. He can use the edge, as part of his barrier. When you're in the middle, there's no barrier. Like there's just big
people,
fat dude. No, I shouldn't say they're all fat because they're all just massive. But big, massive guys trying to get on you. And then you got your lineman trying to help you, but you have to get through. I always called it the mud, just because you got to get through the mud. So he's really, really good at that. Whether it's shedding, making them miss, not letting them get their hands on him, not giving him his chest, that kind of stuff. So I would. Unless those guys can really show they can play middle backer like Foye Lewis, and I'm keeping him in the middle, my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Fun to discuss today. All right, so the golden moment awaits. Also, Lawrence Lane, you are listening to Helmets and Heels 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Duval all day. Search 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Joe C. here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain, and royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage, and John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I gotta go to the game.
Joe? Go!
Clearwater Irrigation. At least do this part. And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Covered by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Here's a health and wellness tip from Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Gary Katay with Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville. I specialize in the treatment of the hand, elbow, and shoulder. Many people suffer from tendonitis in the hand and upper extremity, often caused by repetitive motion. Prevention starts with good posture, frequent breaks, and simple stretching. Don't ignore early signs of pain. Act before it worsens. Visit us in person or online at osjax.com.
Stay healthy with Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
It's golfing season, man. When it comes to Live Forever Golf, it's Live Forever together forever with me. The fit's absolutely fantastic. So comfortable. And I say this coming from a guy who has been 40 years buying golf apparel. Everything from polos to shorts, belts, hats, any accessory. When you go to liveforevergolf.com, you're going to see the new drops. You're going to see the deals. You're going to see all the advantages. Join the liveforevergolf.com nation. Shop today at liveforevergolf.com.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
It's showtime! That's right! The whole world loves Beetlejuice! It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time! And a big, fantastical funhouse! We're raising the bar and occasionally the dead! You've never seen anything quite like Beetlejuice! May 12th through the 17th, Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets on sale at fscjartistseries.org. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, the golden moment today has to be just the amount of great sporting events that we have in Jacksonville. Of course, I want to thank Donna Orender for coming on, talking about the Upshot League and the Jacksonville Waves women's basketball team. Another opportunity for all of us residents here to go see some really cool sporting events.
Especially if you have girls, right?
Up close and personal is way better. And if you see it, you know you're going to be like, these girls can hoop, and that's all you want. You want good basketball, right? You want a little feistiness because that's always fun. That gets to see good hoop. It's like it's like hockey. Like you want to just see good hockey, man. When it's good hockey, you're gonna continue to go because it gives you that joy of watching that team, win more times than not. Fight a little bit here, hit a little bit. It's no different. You just can't fight and hit in basketball, but you know what I'm saying? It's like.
Play physical.
Yeah, and seeing it live. Look, I told you, was it last year, my wife, Christina, and I walked up to Fletcher to watch the girls' basketball team. And I walked away like, that was awesome. They were getting after it. They were banging pretty hard. You could tell it was very competitive. They wanted it really bad.
High school sports are so good these days.
It's so good to see it live.
High school baseball, high school softball. You go out there, you're going to walk away being impressed. And obviously, Friday night at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, the Waves take on the Charlotte Crown.
Cool name, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Waves.
Jacksonville Waves. I believe the community voted on the Waves, if I remember correctly. Again, WavesUpshot.com. The other teams, Greensboro Groove, Savannah Steel.
Okay.
And then obviously, like I said, the Jacksonville Waves and the Charlotte Crown. So, yeah, we will keep an eye on that for sure. Time now to talk a little college football and head into Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane. Opened up by Closets by Design. Imagine your home totally organized.
We've got some beef in college football, Tom.
All right.
We've got some fighting words. Them's fighting words. Yeah, we've got some of those. All right. So thanks to USA Today's Chase Goodbread for this information. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey spoke yesterday about the American Football Coaches Association's recent showing of support for the 24-team college football playoff, right? So the AFCA, they came out and said, yeah, we've discussed, all of us coaches, we've had a conversation. We vote for the 24-team playoff. So here's what Greg Sankey had to say. It's kind of disappointing. I had seen Craig Bohl, that's the executive director. I had seen him a couple weeks ago. I know he has my cell phone number. It would have been nice to have had a conversation about the rationale for their statement and maybe the rationale for some of those decisions. That's a fair leadership expectation. Last I knew, the AFCA is not in charge of dealing with the schedule, postseason games, or even regular season games. We, as a league, obviously, the SEC is, not we, but the SEC is still pro either 12 teams or 16 teams. Yeah. And then everyone else seems to want the 24 teams. But yeah, he went on to say there's more depth than a press release. So like I said, them's fighting words when it comes from Greg Sankey towards Mr. Craig Bohl of the American Football Coaches Association.
The reality is, I mean,
he has more power than they do.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, when if they go to 24, okay, so go to the top 25 every year.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen on a game day. I understand that, but in the reality of it all is most 25, 21 ranked teams aren't beating 8, 9, 10. They're just not. They're not good enough. I was the 21 team. BC was 21 at the end of 1992. Okay, right? We were as high as 9, and then we faded. We lost our bowl game with Tennessee. They were really good. They ended up, I forget what that year. Heath Schuler was their quarterback. Really good team, Charlie Garner. But we weren't as good as them. They were faster than us. I don't know if they were bigger than us, but they were better than us. You know, we hung tight for a little bit, and then they blew it open. But we clearly weren't as good as them. Now, that's only one, but logically thinking is you're 25th or 24th for a reason. And then 8 is 8 for a reason. And the top 8, could they get in? Maybe a Cinderella, maybe, right? But the reality is they're probably not going to be a champion. I mean, if you keep letting these teams in, it's still going to be the same teams.
But that's why the coaches would want that, because the coach can then say to the fan base and or his boss, the athletic director, well, we made the college football playoff.
Well, why can't you say we're a top 25 team? Why isn't that the same impact?
Because
without
you
the
didn't
playoff?
Get more money when you sat at home. Yeah, that's the thing.
And you're not giving that money to the players. Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
because the players don't, unless they're getting that money, I don't know if they care about it.
No, the players get none of that, I don't think. The players have already been paid.
Yeah. I thought maybe it's all part of the same pot. You know what I mean? My point is, like, why do you need a college playoff to recruit when you say you're not top 16, but I'm top 25? Top 25 is pretty darn good. And guess what that means? We're close to top 16. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, to me, it's what you're watering it down. Yep. It's little Jimmy gets a chance, like every little kid gets a trophy crap.
Yeah. I've said, I'm good with 12. I didn't even want to expand from 4 to 12, but now that we have the 12, I've gotten used to it. I'm okay with it. I understand now the argument about going to 16 is the fact that Notre Dame feels like it should have been in the college football playoff last year.
It should have been. And they should have been.
Notre Dame should have been in, and either Tulane or James Madison shouldn't have been in. That's a whole nother conversation. But to me, if you're going to expand, you can't go beyond 16 teams, because you are going to end up affecting the regular season in a negative way, because you're not going to have the same type of weight on those Saturdays. That's what makes college football glorious. There's 12 Saturdays of the year, or Friday mixed in here and there Thursday, but those 12 Saturdays, everything is riding on it. You can only lose so many games and make the playoff.
James Madison and Tulane had no business being in that playoff. In my opinion.
I agree with you. There's politics obviously involved with the group of 6 and things like that. But yeah,
again, little Jimmy needs a chance. I get it.
16
but you know what?
teams is plenty.
You can't tell me last year with Notre Dame in it they don't make the playoffs better. And I'm not a Notre Dame guy. I don't even like him. To be honest with you.
No, but I totally agree.
It would have been way better for college football. It would have been way better for the TV. It'd been way better for everything.
Right, but they created rules that then they've had to change. So every Power 4 conference champion gets in. Well, no, that's not what happened, because Duke won the ACC. Duke didn't get in.
Right.
So they've had to, shift their rules as they go. But I just found that interesting. Speaking of Notre Dame, Brett McMurphy posted this earlier today. Notre Dame's ACC relationship has always been tenuous, but Irish athletic director, and I don't know how to say his last name, but Pete Bavacqua maybe, said it's never been stronger. ACC athletic directors and coaches feel differently. An athletic director told On3, there's a widespread perception that we're all getting used and we're sick of it. So that whole Notre Dame ACC relationship for everything other than football, the other sports, we'll see if that continues the way that it
The
has
ACC
been.
is getting used because eventually there'll be no ACC, I bet you, down the road.
We shall see. All right. One segment to go, bringing today's Pest of the Day. On the other side, you're listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Top salespeople don't rely on talent. They follow a system. At Sandler Sales Jacksonville Boot Camp, you'll learn how to control conversations, handle objections, and close with confidence. Matt Rocco with Sandler Sales here. We can help. There's a 2-day sales boot camp in Jacksonville, May 13th and 14th. We'll show you how to increase performance or that of your team. Call 904-646-1900. That's 904-646-1900 to reserve your seat today.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Helmets and Heels Tuesday.
Litigated by Morgan & Morgan.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, when a customer goes to buy a diamond, how do they know what they are getting?
Frank, that's a good question because what they know comes from the assurances given by the seller, and they can only judge based on the knowledge and reputation of the selling store. Now, over the last 25 years, I've seen some customers misled, and unfortunately, Underwoods was the bearer of bad news too many times. In the 1980s, we saw diamonds brought in with exaggerated grades and no laboratory grading reports. Then in the 90s, we saw some of the poorest cut diamonds ever, even though they had laboratory reports on weight, color, and clarity. Then the American Gem Society opened a laboratory and started grading diamonds for cut, and poorly cut diamonds got priced for what they were. Now we see diamonds from the internet and other places where diamonds are bought sight unseen with a lab report and a bogus appraisal. Unfortunately, not all those diamonds match the reports they're sold with, but how would a customer know? Probably today more than ever, the truest statement is, if you don't know diamonds, you better know a jeweler you can trust.
Right now, Renewal by Anderson is giving you the power to choose. For a limited time, pick the offer that works best for you. Take 20% off your entire window and door project or enjoy 24 months of special financing. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years. Our energy-efficient windows and doors keep your home cooler in the Florida heat, reduce drafts, and can help lower your energy bills. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Frank Frangie here with Coach Delaney from Coil Fencing. For years, your offenses have been putting up a lot of yards and points at Fletcher. I hear Coil also gains a lot of yards in the fence world.
Yes, Frank. Coil Fencing has been serving the Jacksonville community and general contractors for 99 years. We fence tens of thousands of commercial and residential yards, all while maintaining an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
99 years?
That's right. Some might call it a dynasty.
To schedule your appointment, visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Money Pages in your mailbox right now.
You know Zero Res. Hey, Hicken here. The Zero Residue carpet cleaner that leaves your carpets truly clean with no dirt-attracting soaps or harsh chemicals. Don't risk it with the other guys. And skip the DIY disasters that leave your carpets soaked for days. You can do more harm than good. Keep that mud outside where it belongs, not trapped in your carpets. This month, get 25% off all services. Hardwood, tile, LVP, carpets, air ducts, and more. Call 904-287-5727 or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Mention me or ask for the 1010XL special.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. Taylor Dahl on vacation this week. She'll be back with us next week. Time now for the Pest of the Day. Is always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at Terminix.com. That's Terminix.com. They take care of ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town, as well as any pest issues that we have at our house. And Tom, today's Pest of the Day is going to be the sad news that we heard about Brandon Clark dying at just 29 years of age. The Grizzlies and that community, I'm sure they are just absolutely devastated. I was reading that it's being investigated as a potential overdose. I really hope that's not the case. But look, anytime that we lose people that are younger than us, you just stop dead in your tracks. I guess I shouldn't say it like that, but you just stop yourself and you think, man, that's obviously just far, far, far too young.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't know what's going on in their lives, you know. It's just, again, you know, back. You just,
just love everybody.
You try. Love yourself first, you know. God wants you to love yourself. But hopefully, I don't know. We don't know the story. We just saw that came out, and that just obviously saddens you when you hear, you know, anybody, you know, that has happened to. You see it with musicians. You see it with athletes. You see it with the day-to-day people. I mean, just, you know, listen, you've heard stories, people getting like surgery and then they're addicted to, you know, whatever, and then they can't get off it, and then just bad things happen. It's just very, very tough, very tough.
Very difficult for sure. All right, we've been chatting a ton throughout today's show about 12 and 13 personnel. Another question off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures is having multiple plays available from one formation what Trevor meant about having the answers, referring to when Liam Cohen when Trevor was talking about Liam as far as last year and that playbook coming in and having all the answers. Is that what he was referring to? I would say that's one answer.
Yeah, I think that's one answer. I think it's just a matter of Trevor being able to recognize, you know, what we're running against what we're running and where the beaters are. You know, there's always like a zone beater or a man beater. And where are they? You know, it's like you go back to when Baker Mayfield said he's going to really help with the pre-snap checks. That's good. And you saw it help Trevor once he got it down. So I think that's, you know, it's going to come down to the creativity of the play caller when you're in 12 and 13. Now, if you're able to just line up and because these two new guys are on your team and you can just steamroll everybody in the run game, Koziel's not known for blocking, but whatever. Let's just say they can just line up and knock everybody back. You know, all we do is run the football. But that's not going to be the case. That's not realistic. However, you can get real creative with those formations, right? Including with the wide receiver. Just because he's not a decoy, doesn't have to be. Including your running back, you know, going empty, using your quarterback. But I think with knowing what these three the 3 tight end set or 2 tight end set can do for you. And I really think it's been said before. I think it's more, or a lot of it is to get Brenton opened up more. So he doesn't have to be the guy that whams all the time, that has to be relied upon on pass protection from time. We want him out in the route. We want him in the pass call.
It's like driving an expensive fancy sports car, but only in neighborhoods. If you never get to take it on the highway.
On a track or a highway, and let it out.
Right. Then you have this great engine, but you don't get to do everything you can do.
I mean, look, how many times have we said, like, Brenton gets the ball, he makes it happen. Like, he's a tough tackle to get
sure
down.
Hands, absolutely.
He breaks tackles. He's fast enough.
I always said, if you look yak up in the dictionary, yards after the catch, you'll see a picture of Brenton Strange.
He's that kind of player. So if that's what this is all about, which I think part of it is, then it's great if those other two guys work out.
For sure.
But what I said in the beginning, and I hope people didn't take it the wrong. I'm not saying I'm down on the kid or anything like that. I want to see what they do with him. I just don't see, because he's there in the lineup, that all of a sudden I got to change my personnel. I don't think he's, from looking at him from one practice again, I don't feel like you'd have to change personnel to cover him down the field.
Okay.
In my opinion.
This comment off the text line made me smile. I love Tom on the show. I think his spirit animal is a golden retriever.
Golden retrievers, they chew a lot when they're young.
That is
so
true.
there might be some truth to that. Pretty undisciplined early, but then they grow up and become really good dogs. Yeah, I would say I think I'm part shepherd, but we have
That's what I was
shepherds.
going to say, too, is, you have
I
shepherds.
am very
so,
loyal, and I'm very territorial with my family.
Protective,
Yeah, for sure. So maybe a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, a hybrid. Part shepherd, part retriever. And I can swim pretty well, so you got that
That's
going
true.
for me. Yeah, I'm a good swimmer.
That's how you got your wife, so the legend has it, even though it's not at all how you got her. But your future father-in-law, even though you had not even met Christina at the time,
right.
saw you swim
Yeah,
at the Players' Championship.
Yeah, I beat the
and
boat at the Players' Championship. Yeah,
that should be a shirt. I beat the boat.
I beat the boat. Yeah, but then they get, with Blake. Yeah,
Bortles.
Blake's the boat, man. He's the all-time boat. Yeah, they could have a reality show on that guy alone.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. You were talking earlier about the whole idea of like going to minicamp or going to practices and not seeing talent, right? Like you were talking about that earlier. You can just see.
Yeah.
Going to the first practice, it would have been rookie minicamp back whatever year they drafted Blake Bortles. It was so obvious. Like this guy can't throw a spiral. He ended up being a really tough quarterback, hard-nosed.
Yeah. Gamer.
Absolutely a gamer.
Yeah.
But the joke was like, if it's windy in the stadium, that ball's
He
going to
even
sail.
said it. Remember, he said, I'm not a natural thrower.
Right.
But whatever. I appreciate him. I like the way he played the game.
Oh, we all appreciated him for sure.
Yeah, he's
I
tough,
just
dude.
was, when you said that, my mind immediately went back to the fact that, we were all there like, oh, that's maybe not the best pass I've ever seen thrown by an NFL quarterback, but hey.
Yeah, that's right. But, like even last year, now granted, it's not fair because it's Travis Hunter, but when you saw him move, you're like, whoa.
For sure.
Holy cow. That's like a sports car. That's like a high-end sports car we haven't seen around here in a long time.
That's a Ferrari.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hello to the Frangie Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes, I really enjoyed your interview with Emmanuel Pregnon, and I could tell that he was a reader when he used the word curated. You asked him about his experience.
Whoa, that's a big-time word right there. I'm not even sure what that means, but it sounded good.
He made it up.
Yeah.
Get it?
That had to be, right? Yeah. No, it was fun meeting Emmanuel and looking forward to covering his career here, but seems like a very bright guy and very friendly, but on the field he's all business, and in the weight room he's all business. That squat and bench is really impressive, and you can see it in his frame that
you don't want him to get his hands on you.
No,
that might be a problem.
Yeah.
I asked
on
yesterday,
the field or off.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he the strongest offensive lineman that the Jaguars have now?
I would think would have to be, because I don't think it's, to me, like none of their five I would say lifters. Are imposing. Yeah, like when you think of their frames.
I bet you Walker's pretty strong. He seems naturally strong. You know what I mean? But maybe not 500-pound bench strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an elite
right.
level.
Yeah.
Even for the NFL.
Yeah.
Not many guys can. Gary Walker could do 500 pounds. Remember G-Funk?
Oh, yeah.
I remember we had a rookie came in, and in his little, he was from like Dartmouth or some big D lineman, and he came in, and in his little write-up, he could bench so much, and right when he got like into the building, Gary's like, let's go see it. And the kid got buried by it. Gary's like, walks away out of the
How many plates is that? When you're getting
5.
I was going on each side. Oh,
yeah,
my
on
gosh,
each
that's
side.
unbelievable.
Plus, you got to add the 5 pounds because that's only 495.
That's right. Yeah. How
you
about
need the
that?
2.5.
That's amazing. It's amazing what the human body can do.
I know.
So,
For sure. What's coming up, Hayes?
We'll certainly talk lots of Jaguars coming up. PGA Championship is this week, so we'll start breaking that down as well, and some college football storylines that are getting awfully hot. So all that coming up on the Frangie Show.
All right, sounds good.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Hayes. They do love the drama. Tom, one texter says his golden retriever loves crackers. So there's, there's another way you're connected to a golden retriever.
I do like my crack.
That's right. All right. Thanks for everyone for listening today. For
Good one.
the Vacationing Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Don't go anywhere. The